Hello and welcome to another QlikCentral.com web video. This series is looking about loading data into QlikView into incremental load and store it into QVD files. There's a series of videos that's come before that talks through the process. I'm not going to spend too much time on those. I encourage you to go back and watch those previous videos. They're available on the channel, QlikCentral.com. Okay, so what the loop basically does is we set up a loop, a start and end date. We go through each day one day at a time, and then we extract data from our source file one day at a time, and then we store it into QVD files. And in the last video we talked about checking that the QVD file exists, and if it does exist we append information to that, and if it doesn't exist we create a new QVD file. And what we're also doing as well is we're adding a month suffix onto each QVD file, so you get a QVD file for every month that you've got data for. That's an old file, get rid of that. Okay, so now we're talking about the recovery element of it. Now what I've done is I've set up a folder. This is our data folder, but we've now got another folder which is called recovery. At the moment that is empty. Okay, so we're going to set that up to look at that folder if this is a recovery load. So first of all we'll set up a variable which will be called the load type, and this would normally be set up via the QMC, because the QMC can pass a variable through to the script. Don't have QMC on this machine, so we're going to load it in here, but it could be either two types really. We could either have the value as recovery, or it could be incremental, but that value would be passed through QMC, as I say, so it wouldn't be hard coded into the script like this. So what we're doing on the setup loop at the moment, we've got it very straightforward, and it is basically going to do a recovery load. So that recovery load means we're going to start from a point in time that we've decided that's where our data starts from, and we're going to go all the way through up until the current day, yesterday. We're going to put this within a conditional statement now, so we're not going to do that every time. We're going to do load type, should pick it all up. So if load time equals recovery, then we are going to get every single date between now and the date that we set up. Here we go, get this right. And I'm going to leave this blank for now, and that will be for the incremental part of it, which will obviously be our main source of running this script. Okay, and then just to go over again, the reason why we do a recovery load is, one, right from the very beginning you'll want to probably get historic data back. That's usually a prerequisite of any QlikView development. And also as well, sometimes you'll do development long time after the project started. You've got historical data that's stored into QVD files, as I've just shown you, but actually we're now bringing in another field, or something's changed, in which case you'll want to go back, reload all the data that you had previously, and that is a recovery load, and that's what we're doing now. So we're going to let a new variable, we're going to call it file path load type. Let's call it, that's quite a long variable, but we'll call it that. So this will basically say where we're going to store the information. Now we'll put it in both. In the incremental we want it to be blank. In the recovery we want it to be recovery. So what we'll do is we'll take that variable and we'll go on to our store file name. So at the moment it's loading everything and put it into data, as we've just seen, which is absolutely perfect for when we're doing incremental loads. But when we're doing a recovery load, we're going to put it into the recovery folder, and that's exactly the variable that I've set up now, is to give you the extra bit of the file path to say, no, we're not going to put it in data, we're going to put it in data recovery. The reason we put it into another folder is, one, we can keep all the file names exactly the same. We're not overwriting information there that already exists. So the process would typically be, just make sure this folder's empty, set it up for recovery load, press run on that, so the variable gets passed through on that particular job, and then it'll run through the code, put everything into here, put everything into here, and then we can then copy and paste the QVD files, overwriting these data ones, if we're happy with what's just gone on. Okay, so it's really straightforward to do. So we would normally have typed in here recovery / but because we've got the variable we can pop it in. and that'll expand that file path, and we'll just copy it to every instance that we need it to be, there and there. Excellent. And then we shall just save this because I would like to do that, and the recovery folder is empty, so we'll run it. And if we move back, yep, we'll start to see that recovery folder fill up with every month QVD. Excellent. And that's done that. Brilliant. Okay, so on the next video we'll be talking about the incremental element of it. It'll be very straightforward, so look out for that next video. Thank you very much for watching. Again, all the videos will be on QlikCentral.com. You'll find all the one in the series plus a lot more. If you've got any comments for me about this video, about other videos that maybe you'd like me to do, please put the comments either on the blog or on the YouTube channel QlikCentral. Thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again soon. Thank you.